the Salinas Community Science Workshop. We have another great project. Today we're going to be making this pinhole viewer. It's really awesome. When you look inside of it, you're looking at a window or outside, you see some really interesting stuff and with some simple objects. So first you're going to want to get something like a Pringle size can circle. You can see right through here. You're going to have a piece of parchment paper. We have your tin foil, your blackout paper, and a pen. So the first thing that we're going to want to do is go ahead and grab your wax paper and center it right in the center. Make sure that it's completely covered the circle. You're going to get your rubber band here and you're just going to go ahead and cover it. Make it real nice and tight right over. So you see how I'm lifting my hands right here, grabbing the rubber band right over. And if you need to adjust it, you can. Kind of pull down, make sure it's nice and flush. So you got it looking just like that. Next, we're going to grab our tin foil paper, and it's going to be the same kind of concept. We're going to bring it right over the top, flush it out just a little bit, grab your second rubber band, pull it right over the head, and then we're going to actually make the pinhole to it. So this ballpoint pen is a great size for it because it go ahead and kind of stops right at the top. Just a little poke right in the center, just like that. If you get anything bigger, like a pencil, it gets a little tricky because if you push down too hard, you make the hole a little bit too big. So once yours looks something like this, you're gonna have your parchment paper here at the bottom. You'll have your pinhole viewer right here too, with your little hole inside. You'll go ahead and grab your blackout paper. You're going to line it up just so that you can still see this part right here, and go ahead and start covering the wax side. And so like I said, here you can grab a couple pieces of tape. Make sure that it's nice and wrapped up here. So when you're done, it should look something like this. And oh, it looks like something happened here. That's okay. Aluminum foil is super delicate. There is something that you could do if you make a hole or you mess up something like this. So you can go ahead and grab another piece of aluminum. We're just gonna go ahead and pop this off like this. So you're gonna go ahead, take off the rubber band, pull this one off with it too, and just repeat the same steps all over again. Put it right over the top, make it nice and flat. Grab your rubber band nice and big, right over. And again, grab your ballpoint pen and right in the center, you'll make your pinhole. And we can go ahead, flatten this right here. See if this can lay really nice and tight. Then go ahead and try to push this, and it's not. Go ahead and just put it right on top. Make sure no light's coming through so that it'll work. And it looks like we got it. So you'll put it right back on top, and then you're gonna get your rubber band, stretch it really super big. Try to get this right over. And that should be enough. Now you're gonna wanna make sure that there's no light coming through, and then we'll grab this and start looking at some super cool stuff. So you're gonna wanna look at either a light or a window. We're gonna look outside of the door first and go ahead and see what we see. That's awesome. So if you did this correctly, you should start seeing an image coming right back into your lens. I think I see a bear, most likely. You'll notice a couple interesting things about it. I might not spoil it yet, but there's gonna be a little bit of a surprise when you're looking inside of here. And so next we're gonna go ahead and grab a light source. And we're gonna make this a little fun by adding some colors to it too. So you're gonna get your pieces, your strips of colored lens. You're gonna try to line it up so that you can cover every part and overlap it so the light's not coming through. just like that. And you're just going to get your tape and go ahead and tape it down. Okay, so it should look something like this. You'll notice that they're just overlapping just enough that you can see every color, but you're not letting the light shine through. So we'll go ahead and turn this on, something like that. I'm going to place it right over here, and I'm going to use my pinhole finder and see what I'm looking at. Very, very cool. So when you're looking through this, you should also be able to see this light coming in, and with a little bit of a surprise too. This is really fun. So you can go ahead and twist it. When you're looking inside, you'll see that something's happening. The shape's turning a little bit. The colors look a little different too. It's very awesome. And I'll go ahead and check it out with this one that we just made. Super cool. Now we're going to try it out. Now we're going to go ahead and try adding one more hole to the bottom of this and see how what we're looking at changes. So we'll go ahead and choose right here, right next to it. We're going to come back to our light. Wow. So we're going to go ahead and shut the light off and see how that also changes what we're looking inside of too. Wow, that's cool. You can go ahead and get super creative with this, try to make more holes, see how it's changing, what it is that you're looking at, and try to identify some of the cool things that are happening, how it's distorting things, and the image that's coming through. So thank you so much. Enjoy your project. So how does this even work? Here we have a little bit of a model to break down the science. We have this light, and if you could see this light, that means there's a light ray that you're getting. And there's rays everywhere. They're bouncing off. If you're here at the top, you can go ahead and see it. If you're standing to the side of it, you can go ahead and see it. Now these two pieces of strings are representing those light rays. Two. The top one, a little exaggerated, is the red light. The bottom one is the blue light. Walking on over here, we have this piece of tape that's representing the pinhole portion of your pinhole viewer and the aluminum foil. And finally, right here at the back is a parchment paper shield. So what's going on here? We have the light rays that are going straight into this pinhole, these two very specific ones. Now, the thing about light is that it usually travels in a straight line. So what's going on? Let's take a look. If you can watch these straight lines going into the pinhole, something's happening on the other side of it. What do you think's going on? Have you looked in your pinhole viewer yet? Maybe you've noticed that things are upside down. This is exactly what's going on here. Now we're going to look at what happens if you move the lights a little to the left. What's going on with these light rays and how are they moving? Now you can see that they've changed positions. They're still going straight, but one's now on the left and one's now on the right. If you keep on moving it, the same thing's going to continue to happen. And so what happens when you twist the hole? You can look inside of your pinhole viewfinder to see, but not much. You'll notice that the light rays stayed in the same place. But if you move the light itself, something does happen. Very cool.